Now riddle me this, you finally realized that you don't have to settle for poor fitting clothes anymore. So you're out there, doing some research on sewing machines and trying to figure out which one's the best one for beginners. But hang on, not that kind of beginner, not that type of crafty beginner who wants to get into quilting and other types of crafting activities like that. No, I mean a beginner as in you just want your crappy clothes to fit you better than they currently do. I say that because when you start looking into sewing machines, you're gonna start doing some research and you'll type in like best sewing machine for beginners, and you'll realize that the criteria are completely different from what it is that you wanna do, what your goals are. And that right there, that's the problem. Most beginner sewing machine advice isn't made for a guy who just wants his clothes to fit him better. And with that criteria in mind, let's talk about number one. The first one's gonna be the Brother XM2701. And that one's probably one of the easiest machines for me to recommend, simply because it's a great machine if you wanna start getting into this and you just don't wanna spend a lot of money up front. It's really good because of that. It's also really good because it's just simple. It's gonna give you the things that you're gonna need to use in order to make your clothes fit you properly and not give you all that fluff, all those settings and features that you will literally never touch.
I think you should subscribe.
It's got a straight stitch, it's got a zigzag stitch, it has a back stitch capability, and it also has a drop-in bobbin. That one right there is massively huge. Look up drop-in bobbins versus side-loading bobbins, and I'll let you pull your hair out as you watch those. But the whole point is drop-in bobbins are amazing. Side-loading bobbins, no. And it's also got a Freon, which basically just means that the front of the machine comes off so that the opening is a lot more narrow and small, so that you can do things like you can hem your jeans, you can put your t-shirt sleeves on there. If you're trying to work with really thick materials, like really thick denim, things like that, it's not gonna be the best machine for that. But at the same time, a lot of the denim that you're gonna find out in stores these days, it's not super thick, heavy duty denim anymore. It's a lot thinner of a style of denim. So that machine will handle it perfectly. And I dive into all the ins and outs and mechanics of working with denim, and it's in that video in the description down there. Second machine is the Brother CS7000X. And this is gonna be a computerized machine. And I know. It's gonna sound a little bit like I'm contradicting myself, like I'm, kind of going against what it is that I said before. Because I always tell you not to get hypnotized by all these buttons and features and screens or anything like that. But hear me out for a second, hear me out. The reason why I like to recommend this machine isn't because of all the features that it has. The reason it's good is because it gives you a lot more control. It gives a beginner a lot more control. One of the hardest parts about learning how to tailor your own clothes is speed, is when you're working with the garment and you press that foot pedal and the machine just takes off and you're not ready for it and you're like, whoa, and your stitches start coming out all wonky and you're like, yo, what's going on? And this machine really helps you slow things down in a very smooth way. Now, every sewing machine out there is going to be able to have speed control based off of how much you press the gas pedal, basically. But this machine does it in a very smooth, very fluid way. And this machine also gives you room to grow. There are a lot more features to it. Obviously, you don't have to use those features. I never use a lot of the features that I have on my machine. But in the event that you want to grow, you want to get into more crafting projects, if that is the lane that you want to go down, you're absolutely able to do that with this machine. That's the machine that I would recommend for a guy who knows that they would actually use it, but they still want that machine to be beginner friendly, because at the end of the day, it's not the cheapest option out there, but it can make the learning process so much smoother. The third machine is the Brother ST371 HD. It's that one right there, actually. Now, this machine is a heavy duty sewing machine. I've been using this sewing machine for a number of years now, and I absolutely love it. This is another machine that I would actually recommend for a guy who is really determined to get into this and will use the machine for sure, because you're not just kind of you're not out there sewing on little practice squares anymore or anything like that. You're throwing all of your clothes in your closet at this machine, at which point it's gonna pay for itself after probably 2 weekends. So if I had to break it down, here's how I would do it. If you want a really solid, cheap, entry-level sewing machine, go with that Brother XM2701. Now, if you want a machine that's gonna give you a little bit more control control and be more smooth with more features in the event that you want to use them. That was kind of a tongue twister. Go with the Brother CS7000X. And if you honestly want to dive into a technically heavy-duty sewing machine, then yeah, go with the Brother ST371HD. Straight stitch, zigzag stitch, and the ability to make a back stitch. Now there's also some really crappy sewing machines out there for beginners. They're all the complete opposite of these ones that we've talked about, and they're super easy to come across, and they're gonna play some mind games with you, and they're gonna make you think, oh, hey, come down this way. No, don't fall for it. We're gonna talk about that. It's in the next video, like over there or over there somewhere. I'm just gonna point to both sides. I'll see you over there. SD out. See ya.